Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I want to give you guys a first look at Clash Trials. Now, a few months ago, whenever this feature was first data mined, I did a video about it, talking about it in more of a general sense, but since then it has actually been added onto the beta servers, so what I wanted to do for you guys in this video is kind of demonstrate myself going through the Clash Trial, making a character through the Clash Trial system, and kind of playing through it. I'm going to be making a warrior, and also at the same time explaining what the Clash Trials are supposed to kind of do. Now, Clash Trials are a way for you to kind of try before you buy. It allows you to play a character at level 100 without actually having to spend the money to boost the character. So this lets somebody try out a character, see if they're going to like it at max level, because some characters, not warriors, not arms warriors, but some characters actually gain extra buttons from level 10 all the way up to level 100. So the gameplay at level 100 can be very, very different than it was at, like, let's say level 10 or level 20. So somebody's experience of a character at that level, and then they spend $60, get it up to 100, and then it's something completely different, and then they're not happy, and I guess they can't really refund it, but nobody really wants somebody to spend money and then not be happy with what they spent their money on. So this allows somebody to kind of play a character in kind of a controlled environment and kind of do that. Now I'm going to try and kind of test the limits for this for just a second here, and I'm going to show you guys some of the limitations with this Clash Trial, but I do want to say you're not able to enter instances with the Clash Trial. That's kind of just a long story short here. So this does allow people to kind of play a character, and you do have predetermined specs, okay? So if you're a warrior, your predetermined spec is arms. I think if you're a mage, it's what do you call it? It's frost. I think if you're a paladin, it's red. And so, like, all of these are predetermined, so you can't necessarily play like a fury warrior through the Clash Trial, which is kind of unfortunate, but I understand why they're doing it. Now, they gave me the Garrison Hearthstone, so I just hearthed out of it, and then I went to basically the one place I didn't want to fucking be, was my Garrison. So, one of the concerns I raised whenever this was first implemented is, would it be possible for you to run Cataclysm 25-man heroic raids on a Clash Trial character, delete the character, and then repeat it? That actually will not be able to happen. Recently boosted characters cannot access legacy dungeons or raids. Please try again tomorrow. So that's not going to be able to happen. Also, just because it's on the beta servers, they kind of extended the duration for you to actually be able to play these Clash Trial characters. Whenever the game actually goes live, you're only going to have a certain time frame for you to be able to play these Clash Trial characters. So what you can do whenever you get the Clash Trial character is that you can do, I think, 3 different things. You go through a short combat training scenario, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys right now. After that, you're able to do the Broken Shore event or scenario kind of thing, which is kind of where you go through the Broken Shore and fight through the Legion. And then after that, the third thing that you're still able to do is you are able to get your artifact weapon. So all 3 of these things you can do with the what's it called, the Clash Trial. I had to read it off of my file name there. You can do that with the Clash Trial, so all of those things you can do, and obviously that's a very, very good thing, and it allows people to kind of, as I said before, test something out before they spend their money on it. Now, at this point, he puts a target dummy down there, and so he's pretty much going to be explaining kind of what you're supposed to do, right? So he's going to say, oh, use Mortal Strike, and then you use Slam, and it's basically just kind of a very, just kind of a crash course in, I guess, some ways. And I guess since I think this ship crash, and so I guess it does kind of make sense too. A crash course in how to play your character. And after this, you have to fight some Legion guys, and I don't really know if I'm going to get into that or not. But I do really think this is a very good system. Now, whenever this was first implemented, I was kind of skeptical, and I'm not really a very big fan of the boosting system in general. But with the boosting system being in the game, I do think that this is something that can really kind of I guess, like, augment it and make it better for players, and make it to where players can actually, I guess, get something out of what they're actually putting their money into, and kind of have a better idea of what it's going to be like, rather than just playing a character for maybe a few minutes in Elwyn Forest or something like that. So for each different class, each class has I guess, like a kind of a similar Clash Trial here, but you do have different predetermined specs, and also you're each time, obviously, like if you're a mage, he's not going to be telling you to use Mortal Strike, right? So obviously, all that basic stuff is the same, or is different, but everything else is pretty much the same. So anyway, guys, I want to give you kind of a first look at how this is going to work. Now, as I said before, you are going to only only be able to use this class trial character for a certain period of time, at which point you can buy a boost for that character to actually boost it back up to, or I guess keep it at level 100. Now, I don't know if it becomes inactive or it gets deleted. I have no idea how it's supposed to work after you've already, your class trial has kind of expired. I don't really know how that's going to work, but from what I've seen right here, it seems like you're going to be able to have a pretty good idea of kind of the way that your class works and if you like it or not. I don't think that you're able to queue into any sort of dungeon or raid or a PvP event, but we're going to have to see if that changes. You might be able to queue into skirmishes or something like that. Who knows? But anyway, guys, I did want to kind of let you guys know and show you this because, as I said before, I did make a video about this before. And so, obviously, I kind of wanted to follow up and show you guys what it is. Now you're having to fight the Alliance Infantry. I yield to your superior skills. Yeah, I'm starting to see why we lost the Broken Shore. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I've got. If you guys have any ideas or any thoughts on this system, I'm always very good to hear them. Oh, by the way, you can't even jump off the fucking boat. God, it's making this game too easy. Like, that was actually something I wanted to do, but I didn't want to mess up the video, and at this point I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm just going to try and jump off the boat. You can't jump off the boat, unfortunately. I don't know what happens if you die. I didn't try that, but I don't even know if that would be possible. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, again, let me know what you think about the system, but until there have been any, I guess until there's like a lot of other like big changes to it, that's pretty much all I've got. So, thank you for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.